I know that.
And the Mary Hive is gonna get at us. Okay. All right. Do y'all believe in genetic memory? And when I say this, because I'm gonna get to something. Like you ever see like newborn birds, and the snake comes into the nest, and they automatically go ape shit, knowing that the snake is just an enemy already. You know what I'm saying? Just not
part of us.
Yeah. Just right. He's the enemy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying this to say this. There's a story out there, you know what I'm saying, that the killer whales are plotting up together to sink boats. Because, see, my conjecture is from that SeaWorld shit, you know what I'm saying?
Let's not say boats, let's say ships. Those are big, those are big animals.
They're getting together, plotting up, getting the ships. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
I'll put the link up. I'll put the link up and show you. But they're getting together and plotting up and taking ships down. And I'm like, well, maybe they're seeing, because they treat whales like they're fish, and they're not. You know what I'm saying? They're mammals. They're smart.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like they communicate. These boats, they're enemies. They take our children, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And make them go to SeaWorld. So what we're gonna do when we see these, we're gonna group up and figure out to sink these motherfuckers so they don't get none of our things no more.
Taking care of the family. Correct.
I just thought that it was an amazing story. You know what I'm saying?
The way you put it, yeah, that sounds, you know what I mean? Because mammals are intelligent.
Yeah.
That's what they
are.
Not only do they communicate, they're intelligent. Like, they understand, like, you know, okay, these motherfuckers are out to hurt us, or, you know, they're taking ours. We notice that they keep dying every time we see one of these motherfucking things. We got people or our family disappearing, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if you there's this documentary called Blackfish, right? And it's all about how they hurt, you know, how they got how SeaWorld started, all that shit. And they would herd, you know what I'm saying, these ones, and they would pick out the youngins, and they thought that once they got the youngins, they would go away like fish. They stood there like, you know, like, where's our kid?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, where's our kid? You know what I mean? And it was like, so this happened all the way back from the 70s, this, you know what I mean? And all that type of thing. I would suggest people watch that documentary, Blackfish. But it was amazing to me. I was like, if that's what they're doing, kudos for them, because I'm not, it's cool, but it just rubs me the wrong way seeing an elephant in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
When it's not their habitat.
Yeah, it's just, I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy, but it does rub me the wrong way as seeing those majestic animals in a glorified fucking swimming pool.
Correct.
Yeah, I've talked about this before with some of my friends. Like, the only reason there should be zoos is if they're rescue animals, and they can't be released back to the jungle again. They would never make it.
Right.
You know, so eventually there should come to an end to that, because it is cruel. That's fucked up. They should not be here.
Right. And that's just like saying, like, with SeaWorld, it's, you know, in hindsight, but the thing is, these majestic animals in a glorified fucking swimming pool, that's just, you know what I mean?
Right.
I agree.
To
make them do little tricks and stuff for food and sleep deprivation and all that type of shit, for them to do these little tricks for our entertainment. I just don't fuck with it. Don't fuck with it.
You know what I mean? And it comes down to the dollar. That's what it is. You know what I mean? And it's dollar over consciousness or over feelings or a habitat. You know what I mean? Like, because me, I'd love to see animals. I love to see animals. But if I want to see a lion, I need to go out there and see the lion. I need to go to a safari. I need to go to or whatever. If I want to see a whale, I need to go out to the ocean. I need to ride on a boat and go see these majestic animals. You know what I'm saying? So like you're saying, like, I love animals. They're part of creation. You understand what I'm saying? So it's important to know, but don't take them out of their habitat just for amusement's sake.
And that's what you were saying is about the money, because capitalism has no moral base.
There is no moral base. It's about the money.
It doesn't matter.
It's about the green.
It doesn't matter. We'll step on something, as long as it makes sense to the bottom line. It doesn't matter. It's just whales.
Exactly. Instead of having these people pay their money to go out to a safari or go out to the sea, we'll bring them here, bring them out their habitat, and now we can't release them back to their habitat because they won't survive in their habitat.
They're dependent on this.
Right.
And
they're depending on us feeding them. They're depending on us.
They can't click back up with their pods.
Right.
They can't click.
Tear the pods. Tear them up.
Yeah, they can't click back with their pods. And you're getting, say a whale from Finland, and getting one from Russia, and getting one from
Africa.
They all speak different dialects, just like you know what I mean, just like
English, and Spanish,
and
French.
They have like problems with each other, so they beat each. You see it. They beat each other. They beat each other up.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Or the ones beat each other. Hey man, get with the program.
Right.
You know what I mean? Get with the program. I'm new here. You better hurry up and get with the program, or we're gonna fuck you up because we ain't gonna eat today.
I've seen it too many times with like tigers, lions, monkeys. You know, they send them back out into their original habitat, and they get tore up if not killed.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? They can't even provide for themselves. Yeah, they got to send them humans or whatever. They don't got their, you know what I'm saying? They just get dogged out and killed, man. Yeah. I agree with you. 100%.
Yes,
it shouldn't be about amusement. It should be.
Yeah.
If I want to go and see these exotic animals, I should go and see them in their habitat.
But if they are, if you're learning how to sink them, sink them. Sink them. I'm rocking with you, orca whales. They're not killer whales neither. They're orca whales.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're talking about Shamu.
Yeah. They are orca whales. They're pretty much dolphins on steroids. I don't know why you just call them killer whales. They're orca whales. Killer whales for what? You just call it the great white. Well,
I know. You can get into it deeper.
Now to the killer whales that appear to be targeting boats in Europe, attacking them, and even managing to sink 3. Our foreign correspondent, James Longman, has the story and what scientists think could be behind it. Good morning, James.
Yeah, good morning, Michael. Well, we call them killer whales, even though for the most part they're pretty harmless. But there have now been a series of orca attacks on boats in European waters. And they seem to be learning this aggressive behavior from one whale in particular. And her name is Gladys.
This morning, the destructive behavior of one of the ocean's largest apex predators, orca whales, popularly known as killer whales, have scientists and sailors on high alert.
They may just be playing with us, but for sure they're going to damage the boat.
That sound, a pod of whales ramming into a yacht. Starting in 2020, a series of increasingly aggressive encounters off the Iberian coast has left scores of boats damaged, 3 of them sunk to the ocean floor. You're looking at the last moments this Swiss luxury sailboat saw the surface. Just this month, the vessel was battered by a pod of killer whales in the Strait of Gibraltar. With the ship taking on heavy water, the crew called for help and abandoned ship. Marine scientists in Spain studying the phenomenon are now suggesting it could be a response to trauma, a kind of killer whale revenge for pain suffered from a collision with a boat or getting wounded by commercial fishing lines.
Every day we are thinking more and more in one of our hypotheses, that is that one orca suffered a traumatic event and a a female orca, and she only wanted to stop these boats. And right now, this behavior is spreading.
Researchers have named that female orca Gladys Blanca and believe fellow whales have adopted her aggressive behaviour. The critically endangered regional subpopulation numbers fewer than 40 whales, but they pose a significant danger to ocean-goers like Greg Blackburn, navigating choppy waters just this month. He was forced to hold out for over an hour as the whales targeted his boat.
The noises they were making that filled the boat twisting, the power that these creatures possess it's incredible.
Take a look at this older orca and calf, who take turns slamming the hull and charging the rudder, the boat limping back to port with the heavy-duty hull chains completely snapped.
So you could definitely see an element of education going on. It's definitely teaching, which is quite unnerving as a sailor to see the next generation now is learning. It's obviously going to be a continued habit or pattern within this pod.
Sailors are now monitoring whale activity before they set sail in order to avoid these encounters, but that of course is not foolproof. Maybe this is just a lesson about humans and our impact on nature. Guys?
Could be, but they are smart.
Yeah,
very smart. Yeah. And can we just say it's a beautiful, can we put his shot back up? Wherever you are, it is gorgeous.
He's going to have a good day.
Yeah.
Thank God you can see the sun shining here for once. I'm so proud of Britain.
You picked the right day to be there. Hey James, thank you as always. Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.
Yeah, baby. Get your mind right.
And now our feature presentation.
I didn't hit the wrong shit.
Yeah, you're doing right though, bro. Like for serious. They're trying to separate us.
It's 20. SeaWorld.
6600 Sea Harbor Drive. Seaworth Stadium.
Okay.
We actually have a trainer in the water with one of our whales. The whale that they're not supposed to be in the water with.
Okay. We'll get somebody in route. Okay.
Through gate number 3 to Shamu Stadium.
Gate 3.
No, I'm gonna bring it up.
Yeah, that's the killer whale that Smoke was talking about. They didn't call them killer whales. They call them orcas, or what do they call them?
Because they got to work.
Yes.
They got to work.
This is what Sarah ran from.
They got to work, but I just want to show you how it started. Because they want to
separate us. That's what they're doing. It's separation, dude.
Look how it started. Look, there it go.
Elected from the state of Washington.
There you go, right here.
Because they can't admit the truth.
They took their.
They know the truth.
And said,
but damn, how do we do this?
Now, 39 years later, after that tragedy,
right?
They're gonna shed. That's how they used to get the whales.
It was a really exciting thing to do, and so everybody wanted to do it.
What were they telling you you were going to do?
Capture orcas.
So everybody wanted to do it.
Look at them.
They had aircraft, they had spotters, they had speedboats, they had bombs they were throwing in the water. They were lighting their bombs with acetylene torches in their boats and throwing them as fast as they could to herd the whales into coves. But the orcas had been caught before, and they knew what was going on.
Yeah.
And they knew their young ones would be taken from them. So the adults without young went east into cul-de-sac, and the boats followed them, thinking they were all going that way, while the mothers with babies went north.
The babies went north, right, okay.
And they have to come up for air eventually.
So let's talk about that real quick.
See the intelligence, the intelligence to know.
You see what I mean now? When this story is happening now. This is back in the day.
Right.
So now I'm saying they evolved to learn that, hey, we'll sink these goddamn boats now.
we'll have them follow us and leave our youngins alone.
All we know is this is the enemy coming to take our
all we see is these boats, and you're coming to. We're gonna learn since we learned how to do this. We're gonna learn how to. Back to the story where we're
That's a great thing, Smoking. Before you even hit play again, like we're all about taking and protecting our children.
Yes.
There we go. There we go.
So as adults, we'll pull the attention on ourselves to hopefully that our children
like a motherfucker.
get out of there. You understand what I'm saying? That they be able to escape.
And how they're trying to treat them like tuna or group fish that they were like. No, these are intelligent animals.
Right. They have the knowledge. They have the understand. They have the know-how. Okay, let's keep them on us as adults. Let's let our young flourish.
They had
you understand what I'm saying? Let's put attention on ourselves.
They had the airplanes, but let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and cook.
And when they did, the capture teams alerted the boats and said, oh no, they're going north, the ones with babies. So the boats, the speedboats, caught them there and herded them.
This is real shit, man.
And then they had fishing boats with seine nets.
Now this is when I was telling you.
So none could leave, and then they could just pick out.
This is when I was telling you about that part when they got them.
This is so real, man. It's so real.
I don't want to over talk it. It's a SeaWorld, people.
We're only after the little one. And the little one is, a big animal still. But I was told because of shipping costs, that's why they only take the little ones.
They had the young ones that they wanted.
Pause, man.
Corrals.
Pause, please. But this is the whole thing. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, taking people out of their atmosphere. Taking people out of there, even though you know you got them in captivity, and you're wrong. You're dead fucking wrong. You understand what I'm saying? All for money. It's a monetary gain. You understand? But the life of the fucking killer whales was like listen, I want them to follow us, the adults. Let these motherfuckers go.
Because they're treating them like fish.
You understand what I'm saying? Fish. It's a prize game.
They're treating them like fish. They're treating them like minnows. Like, how minnows move in the pack. They're not minnows. These are highly intelligent.
It's something special, man. Like any other personal.
Take their babies.
Just watch. We're gonna get into we're gonna get into the brain of them. We're not gonna do the whole thing. This is gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Because this is gonna be some different content. I'm gonna separate this from the slide through. This is gonna be something else.
Right.
This is gonna be a wash along.
Right.
Blackfish wash along part 1. You know what I'm saying?
And it needs to be.
They dropped the seine nets, and all the others could have left, but they stayed.
No, they stayed. They stayed. You took my baby.
You get the young orca and the stretcher, and the whole family is out here.
And the long haul.
Look at them.
Listen, long haul. Family's gonna stay with family. Family's gonna stay with family.
They're not fish.
They knew what that.
Yeah, they're not fish. Like, you can't group them up like a fucking bunch of minnow and they all run away. This is for family structure. You took my fucking daughter, son, whatever.
George ain't going. I'm not fucking going. Damn it.
Watch how they stick around. Look, that's what he said. When we let the nets go, we thought they was gonna swim away. They stood there and was about the action.
And forth. Well, you understand then what you're doing,
Yes.
They stick around.
What you're doing. You understand?
The nets are down.
Look, he ain't even take a side like.
No.
You understand what you're fucking doing.
He's talking from redemption.
But that's what I'm saying. He's like,
He didn't know.
I understand. Like, even as a family member, me, if that was my fucking family, like, I'm not leaving. Like,
yeah, and he didn't know at this marker of time what he was doing as doing that. That's why he's hurt. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. It was just another way of getting money. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And until, that's what he said, until this happened and said, no, this is not like trout fishing or nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is, I'm breaking up our family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let me bring him back. Because
he's trying to make it right.
Yeah.
You understand then what you're doing.
See?
you understand. You understand.
They're not going nowhere.
They're not going nowhere. It's family.
I lost it. I mean, I started crying. I didn't stop working, but I just couldn't.
Well, what can you do? You know.
It's like kidnapping a little kid.
Time. Pause, man.
Everybody's watching. What can you do?
At that point in time, what can you do? What can you do? That's all you can say is, what can you do? You know, this is family. This is of the same bloodline. This is family.
But
what do you mean? What can you do?
Let me throw him
Let
me throw him some bell. He's lower tier. He's here to do a job. I can't do nothing.
I understand.
You understand what I'm saying? He didn't know what he was doing
you're awakened to
until it was too late. That's what he's doing. He didn't know until it was too late.
It's too late.
But
smoke. But at least he realized. He understood. Like, oh damn,
I fucked up.
He's doing whatever. They're doing whatever that they would have did. As if it was my family.
There's a lot of people that work for corporations that do a lot of fucked up shit. But it's just that but look, you gotta look at him. I gotta feed my family too. You understand what I'm saying? Well, this is the only job.
They dated him too. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he was all that, but at least he was awakened. He understood. Yeah. He understood what it was.
He's coming back as an elder.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? As an elder, look, like he got gray hairs all up in his.
He's hurt.
He understands. Like
he's
okay,
hurt.
I know.
And, like in hindsight.
Do they still do this shit?
Let's talk about it.
He knows what he's doing.
Look, he's crying.
I can't think of anything worse than that. Now, this really sounds bad, but when the whole hunt was over, there were 3 dead whales in the net, and so
you feel he's bringing up the breath like damn.
Cut the whales open, fill them with rocks, and put anchors on their tail and sink them. Well,
it bothered him. He knew he had humanity in him.
I didn't even think about it being illegal at that point. I thought it was a PR thing.
They were finally ejected from the state of Washington by a court order in 1976. It was SeaWorld by name that was told, do not come back to Washington to capture whales. Without missing a beat, they went from Washington to Iceland and began capturing there.
Have been part of a revolution to change of presidents in Central and South America, and seen some things that it's hard to believe, but this is the worst thing that I've ever done.
Right.
Is hunt that whale.
Right. At that point in time, pause. At that point in time, it's not in his hands. He has no control of what's going on.
See, the thing is, that this whale that they kidnapped, right, has been killing shit at SeaWorld. You know what I'm saying? So this is that's the whole thing about it. And I'm not going to give it up because we're going to do the watch along. You know what I'm saying?
But you ain't got to give it up. Like, I can see it in that man's face. Like, he's like...
But I'm trying to tell you...
so fucking wrong.
That whale that they kidnapped has been killing shit at SeaWorld. You know what I'm saying?
They're getting his revenge.
So, and...
Smart enough to get revenge.
the thing is, I'm not going to do it.
Just
We're going to talk about it.
Let it ride.
But that's that whale that they kidnapped.
Hundred 11.5 feet, 11 and a half feet.
Sealand has been a part
That's
of
that whale.
for over 20
Remember that whale.
Specialize in the care.
So they're trying to make it seem like everything's fine.
Now,
and
hold
no
on. You gotta understand, this thing is like an offshoot of.
Yeah, they're trying to make a happy place out of a fucking.
But this is an offshoot of
ugly place
of SeaWorld, right? But that whale that they kidnapped went there. Okay. All right, so let's get it cracking.
By the time I started, when he was 4, he was up to 16 feet
We're talking
long
about that
and weighed 4,000 pounds.
That whale that they kidnapped.
I had actually seen Telecom quite a number of times. He was right across the strait here in Victoria.
But that's
All
a fucking.
was a net hanging in a marina with a float around it.
Oh my god.
Telecom was the one.
That's why they call them killer whales.
He was very well behaved, and he was always eager to please.
When he was first introduced, everything just went fine and dandy, but the previous head trainer used techniques that involved punishment. Would team a trainer
This is in Florida.
with Telecom, who was untrained. He would send them both off to do the same behavior. If Telecom didn't do it, then both animals were punished.
Oh yeah, they do have a
Provide
sea
food to
world
keep
in
them hungry.
Florida. I
This
mean
caused a lot of
Ohio.
frustration with the larger animal, the established animal, and would in turn
Shamu.
with Telecom.
Matter of
They're
fact,
all
was the
Shamu.
biggest on
They're all Shamu.
There would be times.
No, Shamu was the biggest one in Ohio.
Would be covered.
They're all named Shamu.
That's what they call them.
Just
But
like
Shamu
Nike.
was in
Shamu
Ohio.
is like Nike. So if you go to any, there's a Shamu at every SeaWorld. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So Shamu is not exclusive to.
But I'm sure that's where they like his main thing was from Ohio.
Yeah, but it's not exclusive. It's just a name.
Right.
Because you're gonna
It's
have
a brand.
Shamu
It's
there.
a brand. It's a brand. You're right, like a Nike brand.
Yeah, there's gonna
Like
be
Jordans or Patrick Ewings or
There you go.
Right.
Head to toe with rakes. Rakes are teeth on teeth, and rakes
'Cause they don't get along.
From head to toe, you could see blood and you could see scratches, and he would just be raked up.
Because you're not doing the right thing.
Gang up on him. Telecom was the one we trusted. We never were concerned about Telecom. The issue was really that we stored these whales at night in what we call a module, which was 20 feet across and probably 30 feet deep, as a safety precaution because we were worried about people cutting the net and letting them go, and the lights were all turned out. So there's really no stimulation.
What they're
just in
fed.
dark,
This is what they're
metal,
fed.
20 foot by 30 foot pool for 2/3 of their life.
It's just hanging out in there.
When we first started, they were quite small and quite young, so they fit in there quite nicely, but they were immobile for the most part. It didn't feel good. It just didn't. And it was just wrong.
We started having
No
difficulty
doubt.
getting them all into this one small steel box, to be honest. That's what it was. It was a floating steel box.
Keeping them all in the jungle.
We would hold back food, and they would know.
They don't know each other really.
So if they're
But you're
hungry enough,
keeping them in the jungle.
And during the winter, that would be from 5 at night till 7 in the morning.
when you let them out, you'd see these new tooth rakes, and sometimes you'd see blood.
Closing that door on him and knowing that he's locked in
Pause,
for the
pause,
night
pause, pause, pause,
is
no,
like-
no,
It's a stab. It's a whoa.
If that is true,
This is jungle. This is jungle. You understand what I'm saying? Like they don't understand really each other, but this is what they're so used to. Whether it be the offensive or defensive, you understand what I'm saying? This is what they're so
These
used to.
majestic animals is locked in the cage.
And by nature.
Let me see a lighter, man.
Listen, and by nature, they're not rolling with that. They're not feeling safe with that.
And this is where I'm connected and say I'm on the orca whale side of, hey, sink those fucking boats. You know what I'm saying? Genetic memory. See?
Because you don't know who's right or who's wrong at that.
My memory says that when we see these boats, you take us. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody's taking one of us.
Yeah, exactly.
If not more.
So we're going to squat up, just like we learn how to separate the pods. We're going to squat up and learn how to sink these boats.
It's a shame, man. It really is. You know,
Let's
what I mean?
get it
Even
cooking.
on just, I don't count the mammals or the whales or the animals any different from us as humanity. You understand what I'm saying? But everything works. Like, it has a law, so to speak, a law of essence.
All I'm saying is
You
they're
know
not
what I mean?
supposed to
There's
be
a
locked
law
in
of
that fucking
living.
cage.
Like this is what it is. Anything outside of that, you need to protect your young. You need to protect your family. You need to protect this. You need to protect that. Outside of that, if it's something that we don't understand or we don't know fully of, we need to group against that. We need to protect against that. And I understand where you're going with this, Smoke. I really do.
That's why I was connecting.
I understand.
The whole about
I
the
understand.
thing.
I understand.
I'm trying to make it make sense to say this is why they're doing this. They're smart. You know what I mean? You see how they guided. Okay, we see what you're trying to do. We're gonna go this way, and you go this way. So
they're gonna get smarter. They're gonna understand.
Oh, okay. Anytime we see boats, you're coming for our young. We're gonna squat up. We're gonna.
This is what we're gonna do.
We might come 100 deep and do this and hit the pond,
hit the waves or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And do this.
About to go down.
It's not only inhumane, and I'll tell them so.
But we're talking about this one whale. Don't forget about this one whale that they kidnapped. Okay? Because that's what they're talking about.
Hey, let him back out in the
We're talking about this one whale.
So he already knows firsthand what they're doing.
Gave somebody to work.
An employee is dead after an encounter
At a Canadian park called Sealand.
He knows what they're doing.
The victim, Kelty Byrne, was
He gave somebody to work.
and a part-time worker at Sealand.
As seen in this home video, rescuers used a huge net to try.
Workers' efforts were hindered by the agitated whales.
I'd like to make the Pan-Pacific teams this summer, but my more immediate goal is just to swim fast at nationals.
But you understand her. Hold on, before her goal was to swim faster at nationals. Fuck everything that's going on behind. You know what I mean? Swim faster.
You're gonna see how people, if we get there, you're gonna see how people got trained to be trainers at SeaWorld. You know what I mean? There's no training at all.
Dog, I believe.
So she was just a mess.
Sort of a cloudy,
She has
gray day.
listen.
We were looking for something to
She's
do.
not a zoologist. She does not how to work with animals at all. She's just a good swimmer. So she was not even qualified to work with these whales.
Yeah, baby.
Get your mind right.